Okay, sir.
Okay, now
Thank you.
close the MySQL workbench now. Now close the MySQL workbench. After successful installation of MySQL server, you can reopen the MySQL workbench. Okay, that's all. And guys, if you are not having any MySQL in your laptops, please share your screen. We can install. If you are having any issues, okay, please share your screen because the installation of MySQL will be very, very, very important. If you are not installing, if you are not working with Spring Tool Suite, if you are working with Eclipse, it is fine. Okay. If you are not installing SQL, there is no alternative for the SQL because you are not going to work with Oracle. Abhishek, it will take time for sure.
Okay, sir.
And let me know, Abhishek, okay, after installation
Okay, sir.
completely, after executing. Huh? Hmm. Guys, can someone share your screen? We can try to install. Paras, did you download it? Did you install the MySQL?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Where is Ankit? Ankit, are you there? Ankit, I think Rahul also installed. Amit, did you install? Suras?
Yes, sir. I installed on Friday
Okay,
with
very good.
with Nishant.
Okay,
Yes, sir.
okay. What about Yogesh and Sunil? Sunil, do you have laptop, Sunil? Did you install? I think Hamant also installed, right?
Sir,
Yogesh?
I had installed.
Okay, Yogesh.
Sir, I am already installed in my
Okay,
laptop.
okay. Ketan, you're ready to go, right?
Yes, I have installed.
Okay. Shika Sharma, Kushbu, Renu installed, I think. Renu raised a hand. Hemant Singh,
Yes, sir. Installed.
okay. Astosh, I think Astosh also installed. Okay, I hope everyone installed. Okay, if you are not, okay, if you are having any issues, you can share your screen. Otherwise, you can share your any desk ID to my WhatsApp. Okay, I will connect it later. Okay, I will connect you through any desk. Okay, I will going to install. Okay, so shall I start the class, guys?
Yes, sir.
Okay, and please give me 1 minute. Okay, I will start the class. 1 minute. Okay, guys, let's go. Opening MySQL. Hello. Hello. I stepped up. Okay. So I open my SQL workbench. Okay. I think we created the different, databases and different, tables in our database, right? So I mean, we created two tables. I think deep tech employee and deep tech employee address. Okay, so we inserted some data into the deep tech employee and deep tech employee address. Okay, so actually, so I mean, for suppose, okay, so we forgot the tables, we forgot the databases that we created. Okay, for example, I mean, so there is a gap between, I mean, there is a gap between the classes, no? So maybe there is a chance to forget the database names and table names, right? So for example, if I forgot the database name, okay, so what should I do? Okay, so yeah, so if you forgot the database name that you created, if you I mean, if you forgot the tables that you have created, okay, there is a some commands for to show the available databases and to show the available tables in our database. Okay, so you see, so now, okay, I forgot the database that I have created on Friday. Okay, now I want to see what is the database name, okay, that I created on the Friday. Okay, so in that case you can use the show command. Okay, show databases. Okay, show databases. Okay, click on the run. Okay, yes, see, okay, here is a list of databases that we are having. Okay, so we are working on the Anadeep Deep Tech employee, na? So that's why, okay, there is a cursor on the Anadeep Deep Tech. Okay, so Anadeep Deep Tech is our database. Then please use the Anadeep Deep Tech database. Okay, I'm using Anadeep Deep Tech. Anadeep Deep Tech and click on the run. Okay, Anadeep Deep Tech. Okay. After showing, I mean, after using the Anadeep Deep Tech, I forgot the tables that I created in the Anadeep Deep Tech. Okay, so can you guess the command? Can you guess the command to show the available tables in the database? What will be the command? Any guess? After using the database, we can use the show tables command. So tables. Mm, we have to end with semicolon. Now run. See, okay, in the Anadeep Deep Tech table, we are having two tables. One is Deep Tech employee and another one is Deep Tech employee address. Okay, so this is how you can retrieve the table details. Okay, if you want to see, okay, if you want to see the list of available columns, okay, what are the different columns that we have in Anadeep Deep Tech employee? Okay, in the Deep Tech employee is our table, right? Now I want to see what are the different columns of deep tech employee. How to see, ma? How to see the different columns of the deep tech employee? Do you know the command? I think I already told you about this command. DEC, describe. Okay, description. Okay, describe on a deep tech employee. This is our table name. Now you can click on the run. See, okay, we have, okay, the details of the table. We have employee ID, employee name, employee domain, and employee salary. Okay, employee name and employee domain are the varchars and employee salary is the int. And here we can see, okay, employee ID is PRI. That means employee ID is primary key for us. Okay, so this is how you can see the description of the table. Okay, guys, is that okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So display available databases. Okay, we can use a command called show databases. Okay, to display tables in a database, then you can use show tables command. Show tables. Okay, so to display description of the table, that means details of the columns. Okay, then we can use dec table name. Okay, that means dec, sorry, desc and deep tech employee. This is the example. Okay, this is the syntax. Okay, these are the three commands that we use it today. Okay, now I want to insert some data. Okay, I want to insert some data into the deep tech employee. So what is the command map to insert the data? What are the different keywords that you are going to use to insert the data into your table? Okay, now we have a, okay, one table, right? Deep tech employee. Okay, so I want to add one employee to the deep tech employee table. Okay, so what should I do? Okay, first let me explain one thing. Okay, if you want to see the, okay, different rows, different data that entered that these the deep tech employee have. Okay, so if you want to of a table, you can use a select command. Select. Okay, if you want to print every column, then you can use the star. Or if you want to specify any specific column, no, so you can mention the specific column name like e name, e domain, like that. Okay, now I want to print everything in the table. Okay, so that's why I'm using star. So select star from deep tech employee. Okay, select star from deep tech employee. Now click on the run. See, we are getting the all the details of the deep tech employee. Okay, so this is how you can retrieve the data. Okay, guys, is it clear to retrieve the data? I hope it's clear for everyone. So please tell me what is the command. Okay, what is the command to display? I mean, sorry, what is the command to insert the data into the table? I want to insert one data. Okay, so that is, mm, I want to insert, okay, an employee with ID 105 and his name is something like, Ashok. Okay, and his domain is somewhat about manager. Okay, and his salary is 30,000. Okay, salary is 30,000. Okay, I want to insert these particular values into the deep tech employee table. So I'm requesting you to tell, okay, the command. What is the command to insert these values into a deep tech employee table? Anybody? I think on Friday we already worked it. Come on.
Insert into table name values.
Insert into
Deep tech
table
employee
name is deep tech employee. Okay.
values.
I, I can directly pass values here, na? 105. Ashok. Manager. Okay, and here I can pass the, okay, values. Is this the command, guys?
No, sir.
Can I go with this?
After deep tech values, we
Yeah, we have to specify the values here. Very good. Okay, so we have to mention the values for sure. Okay, now copy the command, copy, and try to paste it here. Okay, so enter. Okay, I executed, one row is affected. See, one row is affected. Now I want to print all the details of the table. Okay, select star from, okay, deep tech employee. Okay, click on the run. See, now we have 105 as a Ashok, 105 Ashok manager, and his salary is 30,000. Okay, so is this okay, boys and girls? So, I mean, we can retrieve some specific values. Okay, we can retrieve some specific values. Okay, so I mean, so I want to display the employees who are having more than 50,000 salary. Okay, I want to print the details of the employees who are having more than 50,000 as a salary. Okay, so how to do that? So here we are selecting the data from the deep tech employee. Okay, and we are selecting the data, right? So you can use the command like where. Okay, we can use the command like where. Okay, select star from deep tech employee where his salary is greater than, his salary is greater than 50,000. Okay, his salary is greater than 50,000. You can mention like this. Okay, now please click on the run. Now you can see, okay, only Amitava and Sanchita having more than 50,000 salary, so that's why we are getting those values. Okay, so if I want to print, okay, the employees who are having less than 50,000 salary, okay, less than 50,000 salary, then okay, we can have three values: Bhaskar, Mamta, Ashok. Okay, these people are getting, okay, 50,000, less than 50,000 salary. Okay, so this is how you can use the where class. Okay, if you want to retrieve only some certain results, or okay, so only some certain values, okay, you can use this command. Is this clear for everyone? Where class. Okay, you can write any condition. Okay, so here I want to, okay, I want to print the details of the person. Okay, I want to print the details of the employee whose name is starting with B. Okay, I want to print the, okay, details of the employee, okay, whose name is starting with B. Okay, see, so here we can write a one regular expression because we are, okay, manipulating the text, right? We are manipulating the rows of a table based on the text. Okay, it is not based on the values, it is based on the text, right? So here you can, I mean, you can use a regular expression. Okay, see, regular expression, REGXP, regular expression. Okay, underscore like, okay, underscore like, you can mention the values. Okay, so ename, okay, we are calculating the data based on the ename, right? So that's why I mentioned it as a ename. Here within the double, I mean, single quotations, okay, you can write your regular expression. Okay, I want to print the details of the person whose name is starting with B, right? So that's why I'm writing B here, and it can have any number of letters, it can have any number of letters, so B star. Okay, so and let's run this. Okay, see, okay, actually it has to print only Bhaskar, but we are getting some other values. Okay, so how many letters are there in the Bhaskar keyword? BHA3 and 7 we have. Okay, 7. I think we are, see, okay, I want to print the details of the, okay, things. Okay, I mean, I want to print the details of the employee whose I mean, whose name is starting with B, and this B, okay, this B can happen, okay, 7 times. Actually in the Bhaskar the B happened only one time, no? So that's why, I mean, we are getting something else. Okay, actually here we can write 1. Okay, we have only one B in the Bhaskar. Okay, so run this. Now you are getting the Bhaskar here. Okay, okay, see, select star from deep tech employee where, okay, we are using the some regular expression to retrieve the data. Okay, we want to print, okay, the name whose name is starting with B. Okay, whose name is starting with B. So here I wrote one and comma. That means B can happen, okay, uh, at least once, okay, at most any time. Okay, there is no upper limit, but there is a lower limit. B must be B happen only once at least. Okay, so that's why in the Bhaskar we have a B, right? So that's why we are getting the Bhaskar details here. Okay, you can retrieve any specific data by using these regular expressions. Okay, you have to pass the column name, okay, where you are operating, where you are applying the regular expression, and then, okay, as a second parameter you can I mean, in the second parameter you can use the regular expression. Okay, is this okay, ma? To retrieve the data, we can use the where class. Okay, in the where class you can, okay, retrieve the data based on the values, based on the employee ID, based on the salary. Okay, we can retrieve the details of the user based on the values, or you can write the regular expression to manipulate the text. Okay, so this is the command. Insert data. To retrieve any specific data, to retrieve any specific data. Okay, so here you can use the where class. Okay, so select star from deep tech employee where employee salary, okay, is greater than more than 50,000. Okay, we are getting the I mean, we are getting the details of the employee whose salary is greater than 50,000. Okay, by using this particular thing. Okay, otherwise you can write another syntax also, okay, where you can use the regular expression. Okay, so in the ename, okay, in the previous thing we are retrieving the data by using the e salary. Okay, that is a integer. Okay, we can perform some operations on the integer, but here we are retrieving the data by using the text na. So that's why we are manipulating the text based on the regular expression. You can write the regular expression like this. Okay, isn't it easy? It is very easy actually, but you have to remember the syntax. I mean, way to write, how to write, you have to remember the syntaxes. That's it. Okay, is this okay, ma? Is this clear for everyone? To retrieve the data from the table based on some certain conditions. Any doubts here? No?
No, sir.
Okay. Okay. So here we have different types of values. Na? Actually, we have different employees. Okay. Different employees. Okay, guys. So I want to print. Okay. I want to print. Okay. The data. Okay, I want to print the data of the employee whose domain is Java. Okay, I want to print Java trainers. Okay, I want to print the list of Java trainers that are available in our database. Okay, so how to write the command for the, I mean, to print or to retrieve the Java trainers. I want to print Java trainers, list of Java trainers that are available in the database. So what is the command? How to write the command? Anybody?
Select from table name where e-domain is equal to Java.
Where? That's it.
E-domain.
E domain. Very good. Equal to
Java.
Java. Java. Okay. Now you can run this command. Okay. So we have Bhaskar as a Java trainer. So that's why we got Bhaskar data. Okay. If you print something like AWS here. Okay, I want to print the AWS trainer. Okay, in the domain you can print the AWS. Okay, see, Mamta is a AWS trainer. Okay, you can use this thing. Okay, where class is one of the important class in the SQL. Okay, so we will work this where class thoroughly in JDBC also. Okay, and I think we worked on the deep tech employee. Now I want to work on the deep tech employee address. Okay, let's see. Okay, what are the different contents that deep tech employee address can have. Okay, deep tech employee address. Select start from deep tech employee address and run this. And here in the deep tech employee address, we had a certain data. Okay, we had a address ID, we had a street, we had a city, we had a phone, and we had ID. See, actually we are having four values. Okay, so 101, 102, 103, 104. Okay, so here we have a employee ID. Okay, here we have a employee ID. Okay, so let me show something. Okay, see, I want to describe this particular table. Okay, see, now, okay, we have two types of keys in our table. Actually, employee address ID is the primary key, and also okay, employee ID is a mul key. Okay, that means it is a foreign key. We can use this employee ID as a foreign key in the employee address, and we are using okay employee ID as a primary key in the employee address. Okay, so we are matching the two different tables by using the primary key and foreign key. Okay, we are matching the two different tables here. Okay, we have okay deep tech employee, so in the deep tech employee we have ID. This is the deep tech employee. In the deep tech employee you have an ID. Okay, you have an ID as a primary key. Okay, in the deep tech employee address you are having ID as a foreign key. Okay, here we have an ID as a foreign key, so that okay we are we are merging the data of the two tables by using this primary key and foreign key. Okay, by using this primary key and foreign key. Okay, see, okay, I can show you something here. So in the deep tech employee, okay, in the deep tech employee we have something like employee name, employee domain, and employee salary, right? And in the deep tech employee address, we have something like uh, e street. I forgot e street. Yes, e street. Okay, e city, e phone number, and employee ID. Okay, so we have employee ID here also. Okay, see, now I want to print something else here. Okay, I want to print employee name, employee domain. Okay, employee name, employee domain, and employee city and employee phone number. Okay, I want to print all the employee details in this manner. Okay, I want to print employee name, employee domain, employee city, and employee phone. Okay, so here we are getting the data from the two different tables. Employee city and employee phone are the part of deep tech employee address, and employee name and employee domain are the part of deep tech employee. Okay, so now we want to print okay the data from two different tables. We want to print the data from two different tables. So how to do it? Any guess, any guess how to print the data from two different tables? Actually, there is a relation between deep tech employee and deep tech employee address. What is the relation, ma? So employee ID is the relation. So in the deep tech employee ID is a primary key. Okay, so here it is a primary key, and here we have a foreign key. Okay, here we have a employee ID as a foreign key. Now you can match the data by using employee ID and by using employee ID as a primary key and foreign key. If primary key and foreign key are equal, if primary key and foreign key is equal, okay, we can print the details like this. Okay, we can print the details like this. Okay, so can we print? So we can print the details like this by using the join method. We can join the tables. Okay, we can join the tables. We can use this join keyword. Okay, so let's print. So here we can write one command. Okay, select. Okay, we don't want to select everything, right? We want to select only few columns. We want to select only few columns. Okay, so now you can write ename here. Ename. We want to print e domain as well, and we want to print ect as well, and we want to print ephone. Okay, we want to select only these things from the tables. Okay, from the tables. Now we can specify the names of the tables. Okay, and guys, please allow me. Please give me a minute. Okay, sorry. Actually, now we need to do. Okay, we need to get these details, right? So where to get these details? Where to get these details? Okay, so the first table that we are having is employee name. Okay, sorry, deep tech employee. So deep tech employee is our first table. So select these things from the deep tech employee. Okay, deep tech employee. So here we have to match the primary key, right? We have to match the primary key with foreign key, right? So that's why we have to pass the reference of this table. Okay, reference of this table. Okay, I am passing the reference of this deep tech employee table as emp. Guys, give me on. Right on the. Okay, so I'm passing the reference of the deep tech employee as a EMP. Okay, EMP. So we have to join this table. We have to join this deep tech employee table with deep tech employee address. Okay, deep tech employee address. This is our second table. We need to pass the reference of this second table as well. We need to pass the reference of second table as well. Okay, so ADR is the okay, you can create any reference. Okay, you can write your name also here. Okay, so deep tech employee address reference is ADR. Okay, ADR. And okay, by joining these things, by joining these tables, we have to perform some operation. Okay, where employee ID of deep tech employee. Okay, where the employee ID of deep tech employee is must be equal to employee ID of deep tech employee address. Okay, we are matching the result. We are matching the primary key with foreign key, right? So if the value of primary key is equal to the value of foreign key, then we can print the results. Then we can print the results. Okay, see, so employee ID of EMP, that means deep tech employee, is equal to, okay, actually we have to pass on class here, on. Okay, address. Okay, deep tech employee address of EID. Okay, both are must be equal. Okay, if these things are equal, actually we have to use single equal to, not double equal to. This is not Java, this is SQL. Okay, this is the command. Okay, so let's implement this thing in our database. Copy this. See, we are joining the tables. From actually I forgot to use from keyword, from deep tech employee. Okay, so please run this file. Run. Now we are getting the details. See, okay, ename and e domain is the part of, okay, these things are part of deep tech employee, and employee city and by phone is the part of deep tech employee address. Okay, we are merging the details and we are printing the details. Now Bhaskar address is Vizag and his phone number is something, and Amitabh address is Tirupati and his phone number is something. Okay, address of the Mamta and address of, okay, so we are getting the results. Okay, now yes. Okay, so this is how we are merging the, we are joining the results of the two different tables. Okay, guys, is this clear? We are selecting the e-name, e-domain, and e-city and e-phone number from the two different tables. Okay, deep tech employee table and deep tech employee address. Okay, where the primary key value must be equal to the foreign key value. Okay, so in the both tables we had, okay, employee ID as a primary key in one table and employee ID as a foreign key in another table, right? So we are, okay, we are equal, we are here, we are comparing the values based on the thing. Okay, so this is how we have to complete, I mean, this is how we need to join the two tables, two different tables. Okay, is this clear or do you have any doubt here? Hello, people, guys, any doubt in joining the tables? So joining the tables is, I mean, bit complex than other things. I can understand, but try to understand this. It is very easy. We have to pass the reference of the table because we are comparing the, okay, columns, right? We are comparing the columns of deep tech employee and deep tech employee address. We are comparing the values, so that's why we have to pass the reference. Okay, deep tech emp is the, okay, I mean, sorry, emp is the reference of deep tech employee and adr is the reference of deep tech employee address. Okay, we are taking the reference of two different tables, and we are, I mean, we are, we are comparing the columns of the those two different tables, comparing the primary key along with the foreign key. Okay, guys, why so silence? What happened? Hmm. Yes, here, no? You want to write something here. You want to select based on the employee ID, where employee, sorry, EID equal to 102. Okay, run this. And we have to select only the phone number or something else. Okay, e-name and e-domain. Okay, see, 102 ID is about the Amitabha. Okay, so that's why you're getting the results. Or you can write next. No, okay. You're saying something. I got it. Mm, uh, for that case, okay. So you want to print all the details of the employee by using the employee address, sorry, employee ID. Okay. Mm, okay, I'm not sure about that. Okay, let's try. Where EID equal to something 102. No. There is an ambiguity. Employee dot employee address. We can write this. Yes, we got it. See? So after writing on class, after writing the on class, I'm writing the where class. Where EMP is the reference of the EID. Okay. So EMP dot EID is equal to 102. Now we are getting e-name, e-domain, e-city, and e-phone number.
Sir, where is the salary?
I didn't imported the salary here. If you want to import the salary, you can write here
Okay, sir.
salary. Okay. I mean, you can import everything by mentioning this.
Sir, can you please check the comment box?
Comment box. Select star from deep tech employee where e name like b percentage regular expression. E name start with b. I think we have to write the regular expression, na? Okay, so you can work on this also. Okay, I don't know this thing. Okay, maybe it's working. Yeah, it's working. We can work on this. I think I don't know this particular syntax. Okay, thank you. We can work on it, Abhishek. Okay, Abhishek, it's working.
Sir. Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, but I don't know this particular syntax. Like, I don't know this. Like, I'm not that much great with database. I know only very few concepts about the database. I'm not that much. I mean, that much great with the database. Maybe you are good than me. Okay, I think this is enough to learn. I mean, this is enough to work with the JDBC concepts and all. Okay, because we are not the people who are developing the database and all, right? So we are the people who are writing the code, who are right. I mean, who are communicating with the database. That's it. Okay, these things already will be there in the database already. You have to fetch it. You have to push it. Okay, either you have to push the data into the data table, or you can retrieve the data by using something. Okay, so I think this is enough, more than enough to work with the JDBC. Okay, where class, join class, on. So if you are having any doubt in these particular things, please let me know. And actually, you asked an important thing. So we can, so here, okay, we can fetch the entire details. I mean, we are fetching the entire, entire employees. No? So if you want to fetch only I mean, one particular employee, okay, then you can use the where class as well here. Okay, we are fetching the all the details of employee whose ID he is having 102. Okay, this one. Okay, is this clear? Guys, are you getting any noise from my side? Actually, okay, okay. Hmm. Okay, please, I mean, sorry for the disturbances because, okay, some function is happening in my home, so that's why I'm getting that disturbances. Okay. Hmm. Okay. I think that's enough about the databases. Yes, okay. I think we learned about 10 to 12 syntaxes, right? So if you are having any issues, if you are having any doubts in those things, okay, please let me know.
So
Any
how we
doubts?
simply join and print all the details of the all the members?
This is the syntax, huh? This is the basic syntax to join the table. You have to use the primary, you have to match the primary key with foreign key.
Okay, sir.
If you
Sir,
want to,
here
yeah.
EID is 102. It means employee number 102 is print the detail. But if
Hmm.
we I want to print all the details from all the members.
So this is the command. You can just remove the where class. See, okay. We are getting the data. We are
Okay, sir.
not getting the Ashok details because Ashok doesn't have any address. Okay, see, actually, select star phone, deep tech employee. Okay, so in the deep tech employee, we are having five details. Okay, 101, 102, so and so up to 105. Okay, but in the deep tech employee address, we are having only the four things. We are having only the four things. Okay, we have addresses of, okay, the employees of 101, 102, 103, and then 104. We are not having any address for 105, so that's why we are not getting the details of Ashok here. Okay, see, we are getting the details of four people only because the primary key is matched with foreign key. Okay, we are getting the results, okay, whose primary key is equaling to the foreign key only. Okay, if you want to print only specific person, then only you can write the where class here. Okay, so emp dot employee id is equal to 101, then I want to print his details. Okay, so we are getting the details of Bhaskar because Bhaskar id is 101. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Yes, okay, very good. Any doubts, ma? Okay, so in Thursday's lab, okay, I will ask you one question on the SQL and one question on the JDBC. Okay, so you have to make sure. In the SQL, okay, definitely I will use. I will give you how to join the tables only. So you have to create two different tables, and you have to join them by using the primary key and foreign key. Okay, so you have to know the syntax. That is very important. Okay, we are going to use these particular things in Java. Okay, so please take care of these things. Please take care of the comments that you are writing. Okay, don't confuse, don't get complex things, don't use any complex things. Okay, I'm telling you in a very, very basic manner. Okay, so if you are very comfortable with these commands, if you are not having any doubts, I can start JDBC. JDBC, Java Database Connectivity. So how to connect a Java application with database and how to insert the data, how to retrieve the data. Okay, we can use these things. Okay. Okay, I think it's clear, right?
Yes, sir.
So let's move with JDBC. So the full form of JDBC will be Java Database Connectivity. Okay, Java Database Connectivity. Generally, the whole funda of having a software. Okay, what is the use of having a software? Okay, what is the use of using the Facebook app, or what is the use of using the Instagram app? So we want to see the data. We want to get the data of our account. We want to get the data of our friend's account. Okay, we want to print the, okay, we want to access the images, we want to access the messages, so which is sent to us from our friend. Okay, we want to retrieve the data from the database, right? The whole funda of having a software is data. Okay, so to store this particular data, we need a database management system that you already know. Okay, we are discussing the JDBC part. In the main use of JDBC is, okay, we have a one Java application. Okay, assume we are having a one Java application and we have a database. Okay, we have a one Java application, Java app, and we have a database. Okay, so we have a database now. Okay, we are connecting these two things. Okay, we are connecting Java application, okay, with database. Okay, that is none other than JDBC. Okay, I think here I can write connect. Okay. So Java application is going to connect with database. Okay, so this is nothing but a JDBC, Java database connectivity. Okay, so here to connect this particular database, okay, to connect Java application with one particular database, okay, we need a one software, no? So if you want to, okay, if I want to, okay, message someone, or if I want to message Priyanshu, okay, I need a platform. I need a platform to message Priyanshu. Okay, I need a WhatsApp to, I need a WhatsApp to message Priyanshu. Okay, so we need a platform to connect two different things. Okay, we need a platform to connect a Java application with the database. Right, that platform is nothing but a JDBC drivers. Okay, when you are connecting a Java application to the database, okay, we need a one driver, we need a one platform. Okay, that platform, that driver is known as a JDBC drivers. Okay, when you are connecting a Java application with database. Okay, when you are connecting a Java application with the database, okay, so we need a driver, we need a platform, we need a driver to connect. Okay. We have generally we have four types of drivers in Java. We have four types of drivers in Java. Okay, so did you know what are the different types of drivers in Java or in different types of drivers in JDBC? Anybody? Okay, so the first one, JDBC ODBC driver, JDBC ODBC bridge driver, the full form, bridge driver. Okay, the second one is native driver. Okay, the third one is network driver, network protocol driver, I think so, protocol driver, and we have a thin driver. Okay, we have four types of drivers in our Java to communicate with the database. Okay, so here we are using only the thin driver. Okay, we are using only the thin driver. Okay, so the JDBC ODBC bridge driver is all about, okay, it is not more secured because this JDBC ODBC driver is written in C++. This particular driver is written in C++. Okay, so that's why we don't need this. And the native driver also, okay, these two are not at all secured because these two drivers are written in C++, so that's why we are not going to use these two drivers in our, okay, program. Okay, either we can use network protocol driver and a thin driver. Okay, network protocol driver or a thin driver. Okay, we can use network protocol driver. Okay, we use network protocol driver when you are having a network based database. When you are having a network based database. See, right now we don't have any network based database. We are using some local databases. Okay, we are having a, okay, database in our local system. We are using the database, we are using that server only. Okay, we are not having any network server, network based servers, right? So finally we have only the thin driver, okay, which is our last option to use. Okay, so thin driver is one of the most powerful and one of the most secure driver because this thin driver is completely written in Java. Okay, this thin driver completely written in Java, so that's why we are going to use this thin driver in our applications. Okay, so is this clear? So we are using, we are having four drivers, but we are using only the thin driver to communicating with the database. Okay, so actually when we are going, I mean, when you are connecting a add Java application with the database, okay, when you are connecting a Java application with the database, we have, I forgot, we have 7 different steps. Okay, when you are connecting a Java application to the database, okay, we have 7 steps. Okay, 7 important steps to do. Okay, 7 important steps to do while we are communicating with the database through our Java application. Okay, so let's write down the those 7 steps, okay, which are very important, which are very default by basic, okay, those are default, we cannot do anything. Okay, we cannot, write an alternative for that. Okay, so I can write something here. Now when we are connecting a database with our Java application, we have we have to uh, we have to follow 7 major steps, 7 important steps. Okay, so those 7 important steps to follow, okay, is the first one is importing the packages, importing importing the required packages. Okay, the second one is, okay, load and register the driver. We have to load the driver and register the driver. Load and register the driver. Okay, and the third one is, okay, the third one is establishing a connection. Secured connection. Okay, we need a connection, right? We need a connection. So through that connection only we are going to communicate. So we need a secure connection. Okay, and then we need to create a one statement to execute. Okay, we need a one statement to execute. That means we need a query, right? Okay, so actually we are writing the different queries like select star from the deep tech employee address. Those are the statements to execute. Okay, if you want to print some data, if you want to retrieve the data, or if you want to insert the data, we need to create some statements. Okay, we are writing some commands. Okay, so that is nothing but a create a statement, and after creating the statement we need to execute this. We need to execute a query. Okay, we need to execute the query. Okay, so after executing the query we will get some results, right? Okay, after execution, okay, we will get some queries for sure, I mean some results for sure. Okay, so we need to process the results. Okay, we need to process the results. After processing the results, okay, what should we do? Okay, we have to close the connection. Okay, we need to close the connection. Okay, so these are the 7 major steps, okay, while connecting a database with our Java application. Okay, so these are very important. There is no alternative flow to execute this. There is no alternative, okay, thing other than this particular thing. Okay, so okay, I mean we have to, I mean I will explain the every statement, I will explain how to write the every step. Okay, so before explaining those things, okay, before explaining those things, we are going with the heavy content now. Okay, so we need to discuss a lot of theory. After discussing a lot of theory, okay, we need to start up, I mean we need to start communicating with the database by using our Java application. Okay, before doing such things, okay, before doing such things, make sure you have installed Spring Toolsuit in your laptops. Okay, make sure you are having Spring Toolsuit in your laptop. After having the Spring Toolsuit, okay, make sure you are must using the MVN for sure. Okay, without MVN we can't do anything. Okay, even the people who are using Eclipse, okay, you can still use the MVN, guys. Okay, so and make sure here we are going to run, okay, our Spring Toolsuit and our MySQL and our Google Chrome. Okay, we are using three legends at a time. Okay, we are running 3 legends at a time na. So this will be the crucial part. Okay, please make sure you are not having any softwares, you are not running any softwares other than these three. Okay, so if you are running any other softwares in your laptop, okay, so please close them. Please run only three. Please open only three softwares. One is either Spring Tool Suite or Eclipse, and the second one is the MySQL server, and the third one is Google Chrome. These three are the beast. Okay, so I think these three needs at least 2.5 GB to 3.5 GB RAM. Okay, these three things need 2.5 GB to 3.5 GB of RAM. So please make sure you are having enough RAM space. Okay, if you are running any other softwares, please stop them. Okay, yes. So after opening the Spring Tool Suite and after okay working with the things, okay, we can create these things. Okay, so before that okay, we need some break because now we are going with some different concept than the SQL. Okay, we need to understand what are the different things, what are the different packages that available in Java. Okay, what are the different statements that available in Java. We have to discuss lot of theory. After discussing the lot of theory only, okay, we are going to do now. So before starting our theory thing, okay, so let's take a break for 15 minutes. After coming from the break, we can have a discussion on these things. Is that okay? Okay,
Okay, sir.
let's take a break. Okay, so let's free our mind. And the important one, okay, the importing the packages. Okay, so when you are using this SQL command, okay, when you are using SQL commands in your Java program, then you need to okay import one particular package, that is a SQL package from the Java. Okay, so when you are writing SQL commands, okay, SQL commands in Java program, Java program to print a program, we have to import the SQL package. We have to import SQL package. So example, import java dot SQL dot star. Okay, so we have a utility package, we have a IO package now. So very similar to that, we have a SQL package to execute to work with SQL commands in a Java program. Okay, the second step is important step. This is a crucial step. Okay, so we have to load the drivers and we have to register the drivers. Okay, so what type of the drivers that we are using, ma? Which driver
Same,
we are using?
same.
So we have a four different types of drivers in Java, right? So JDBC, ODBC, native, and network protocol, and thin driver. Okay, in this, which type of driver we are using?
Thin
We are
driver.
using
Thin driver.
Yeah, we are using a thin driver, the fourth one. Okay, so JDBC, ODBC, bridge driver, and a native driver. These two drivers written in C++. Okay, so if you written something in the C++, which is not a secured language, right? So C++ is not at all a secured language than Java. So that's why we are not going to use JDBC, ODBC, and a native driver. And network protocol driver is used to okay use the network-based drivers. Okay, when you are having a network based databases, then you can use the network protocol driver. Okay, as of now we have to use a thin driver only. Okay, so we are using the thin driver. We need to import the thin driver. Okay, we need to load the thin driver into our Java program. Okay, that is the load and register the driver. Okay, so load and register the driver. Amma, Okay. Yes. So we need to load the and register the driver. Okay. So when you are loading, na, so we have to load the driver to get a communication. Okay, we need to communicate with the database. Then we can retrieve the data or we can push the data into the tables. Right. So uh, to load this particular driver, okay, we need to know what is the name of the driver. Okay, so thing driver is the type, na, so we need to know the driver's name. Okay, the main we are using MySQL. Okay, the name of the drivers, okay, for the Oracle, for the MySQL, for the PostgreSQL will be different. Okay, when you are using MySQL, okay, the name of the drivers will be com.mysql. Okay, com.mysql.cj. I forgot. com.mysql.jdbc.driver. Okay, this is the this is the name of the driver. Name of the MySQL driver. Okay, we need to load the driver, right? We need to load this driver, okay, to our Java application to get to communicate with the, okay, MySQL database. Okay, when we are registering, okay, so we have to do two different steps, right? So load the driver, please. Okay, so when we are registering, okay, when we are registering the driver, okay, so here when you are registering the driver, we need to use one method called for name. Okay, for name is the method of a driver manager class which is used to establish a one secured connection. Okay, we need to establish one secured connection, right? Okay, with DB we need a connection. Okay, for that we need to import. I mean, we need to use for name. Okay, for name is the, okay, method of driver manager class. Okay, so by using driver manager class we can communicate with the for name method. Okay, so this for name method will allow us, okay, this for name method will allows us, okay, to get a connection, to get a secure connection with the, okay, I mean the database. So that's why we have to use this for name method, which is a part of driver manager class. Okay, to get a secure connection with database. Okay, so this is all about the second step. Okay, in the second step we have to, okay, first we need to load the driver. Okay, and the name of the driver will be com.mysql.cj.jdbc driver, and then we have to register the driver by using the for name method. This for name method is a part of driver manager class which help us to get a communication with the database. Okay, so coming to the, okay, coming to the this particular I mean statement, we need to create a statement, right? Okay, so okay, so in the creation of statement we can have three different statements, Amma. Okay, in JDBC we have three different type of statements to do with SQL. Okay, so the first statement is, okay, statement and prepared statement and a callable statement. Okay, we have three different types of statements in JDBC. Okay, first one is statement, second one is prepared statement, the third one is callable statement. Okay, so you can use this particular statement to execute. Okay, if you want to retrieve the details, if you want to retrieve some details, okay, you can use this statement method. Okay, so which is this statement use it to execute a query. Okay, use it to execute a query on DB. Okay, that means we can say, okay, to retrieve the data from the database. Okay, So coming to the prepared statement, which is one of the most important statement in JDBC. Okay, this prepared statement used to insert the values. If you want to insert the values into the database, into the table, then we have to use the prepared statement. Okay, use it to insert values to table. If you want to insert some values, no, then you have to use a prepared statement method. Okay, and coming to the callable statement. Okay, if you want to work with PLSQL, okay, if you want to work with PLSQL type commands, okay, then you have to use callable statement. Okay, to execute PLSQL program, to execute PLSQL, okay, we need a callable statement to work with. I mean, if you want to insert some values, you have to use prepared statement. If you want to execute a query on the database, then you have to use a basic statement method. Okay, these are the three different statements that we have in JDBC. Okay, so see, after creation of the statements, what we have to do, we have to execute a query, right? We have to execute a query, right? So a query. Okay. So execute a query means once we get a statement, once we prepare a statement, then we have to pass this statement to the SQL. Okay, once we created a statement, once we created some certain statement, so we have to, okay, we have to pass that statement or that query to the SQL, right? Okay, the process of sending a statement to execute, the sending a query to execute in the SQL. Okay, we needed this step to execute a query. Okay, once we get a statement, okay, once we get a statement, we have to, sorry, finish paused. I don't know why it is dropping my internet. Give me a minute, guys. Is this okay? Okay. Okay. So after creation of the statement, no, after creation of the statement, we need to execute the statement on the SQL. We need to execute a query. Query is nothing but a statement, no? So we need to execute that. Okay. So that's why we have this particular execute query step. We have to execute the. After executing the statement, what we get, we will get some results. Okay, so the next step is the process the result. Process the result. Okay, so you'll get some responses, no? You'll get some responses if you execute a statement. Okay, if you execute a statement, so we need to store those results. We need to store that result in a result set. A result set. Okay, we have a result set method in JDBC. Okay, we need to store every result, everything in that the result set. Okay, so after producing the results, after getting the results, what we have to do? Okay, so that's what we want to work with JDBC. Now we need to close the connection that we established. Okay, closing the connection is very important now. Actually, we closed the scanner method, we closed the write method when we are working with the, you know, file operations. We are closing the methods, right? So as similar to that, we need to close the connection that we established in the second step. Okay, so close the connection. Close the connection after uh, completing the task. After completing the task. Okay, so these are the 7 major steps. Okay, these are the 7 major steps that we have in JDBC. Okay, so please go through the first statement. Okay, so first we need to import a package Okay, that package is java.sql.star. Then we need to load the register. Then we have to load the driver, and then we need to get a connection. Okay, we need to get a secure connection. Okay, so first we need to load the driver. To load the driver, we need to know the name of the driver of our SQL. Okay, we are using the SQL. We are not using the any Oracle, right? So if you use Oracle, so the name of the driver will be different. Okay, so we are using MySQL. So in the MySQL, the name of the MySQL will be com.mysql.cj.jdbc.driver. Okay, so after registering the driver, after loading the driver, we need to register the driver. Okay, so in the registration of the driver, we need to use a for name method, okay, which is the part of driver manager class, to get a secured connection to the database. Okay, so after registering the driver, now we need to create the statement, right? So we have three different statements in JDBC, what's the statement, prepared statement, and callable statement. Okay, if you want to if you want to fetch the data from the database, then you have to create the statement. If you want to insert the data into the table, then you have to use prepared statement. If you want to execute a PLSQL program, then you have to use the callable statement. Okay, so after creation of the statement, we need to execute the statement, right? So after execution, we will get some results. Okay, so we are going to store the results in a result set. After getting the results, after processing the results, then we need to close the connection that we created. Okay, so this is what the process, this is what the, okay, things we have. Okay, we have to, okay, do these things in our JDBC program. And wow, that's cute. I'm getting tons of messages today. Yes, Yogesh, you have doubt.
So
Okay, that's understand. Okay, so actually I'm overwhelmed today. Today I'm getting lots of messages in my WhatsApp. Generally, I would have, 432, 450, 100 chat heads. Today I am having more than 500 chat heads in my WhatsApp. I don't know how to reply them. Wow. Okay. Hashtag feeling overwhelmed. Hmm. Okay. So now, okay, guys, we need to create a separate project. We created a MVN project, right, on Maven project. Okay, so in the Maven project, we are using a quick start. Archetype. Okay, did you remember? So we use it to create a quick start archetype of project, right? So we need to use that project only, but okay, we need to load the driver, na. So if you want to load the driver, we can load the driver in two different ways. Okay, if you create a normal project, now if you don't know how to create a Maven project, okay, you have to download the driver. Okay, you have to download the driver for yourself. But if you use Maven project, now if you use it to create a Maven project, now we don't need to download any software. Maven automatically downloads the required softwares. Okay, so let's see how we can how we can download a software, how we can download this driver from the internet, or if you use a Maven, how to, okay, how to mention the details of the driver of MySQL. Okay, so we need to understand these things. Okay, see, actually, if you want to create a normal project, no? So if you want to create a normal project, then you have to download, okay, MySQL connector, guys. Okay, we need to download MySQL connector. Okay, see, MySQL connector, jar download. Okay, MySQL, please type MySQL connector jar download in the Google. Okay, so you will have, okay, dev.mysql.com. Please download the jars from only dev.mysql.com. This is a, okay, this is a on proper official website for the MySQL thing. Okay, dev.mysql. So we download a workbench and we downloaded MySQL server from this website only. So please use, okay, this thing. Okay, so when we are using something like server. Okay, we installed this connector.j. Okay, we installed this connector.j as well. Okay, if you use connector.j, it's okay, or you can download. Okay, you can download this by clicking on the go to download here. Okay, you can download. Oh, sorry, this is a different thing. This is not a connector. Um, Okay, I think so. You have to download MySQL server. In the MySQL server, you will have a connector by default. Okay, so yes, but if you use Maven project, no, so we don't need to mention this connector J as well. Okay, so we need to use this connector J to our project. Okay, see, I'm creating one basic application. Sorry, we need to open Spring Toolsuite. Please open the Spring Toolsuite. Mm, I think it will take some time. Connector J is a MySQL Java connector. We are going to use it. But if you use Maven, no, so we don't need to concentrate on this connector J as well, because we can directly import. We can, I mean, Maven directly downloads the all the required files once you add a dependency. Okay, we need to add the dependency. Okay, if you add the dependency, it will download automatically. Hello, see, Spring Boot is taking higher time than the usually, because we are running with MySQL and Google Chrome, no, so taking somewhat higher time than our usual time. See, Spring Boot is very lightweight, but it is taking this much of time. But if you use Eclipse Oxygen or Eclipse Mars, okay, so assume what will be the speed of that. Okay, we have our Spring Toolsuite. Okay, please close all the things. Okay, so now let's create a new project. Okay, go to the file and click on a new, click on the other. Okay, now let's create the Maven project. Please create Maven project only. After clicking on the Maven, please use the default location. Click on the next. And now we need to create a project of Maven Architect Quick Start 1.1. Okay, as similar to the earlier. Okay, there is no changes in creating the project. Okay, after creating the project, we need to specify the artifact ID, which is the name of the project. Okay, the name of the project will be slot 1 BDBC. Slot 1 BDBC. Okay, package name will be dot slot 1 BDBC. Okay, click on the finish. Hmm. The files is going to create. We'll wait for a few more minutes. Okay, now we have all the files. Okay, so if you want to use a normal project, if you use a normal project, then okay, you have to import a connector J. You need to import a connector J, right? So in that time, okay, please right click on the project and please go to the build path and click on the configure build path. Okay, so you have to use this particular syntax if, okay, if you are not using Maven project. If you are using a Maven project, no, so you can use something else. You can use uh, a different thing. Okay, see, JRE system libraries. Okay, in the Maven dependencies. Okay, so here we need to add a jar. Okay, add external jar. Click on the add external jars. Here we need to add our connector. Okay, I think I have connector in softwares. Source D, go to the softwares. In the softwares, I think I have a connector. MySQL. See, okay, I'm having MySQL connectors here. Okay, so I can open this here. Okay, so I'm opening MySQL connector. Okay, I can click on the apply. Okay, you have to do this task if you are not using Maven project. Okay, remember, okay, this is an optional for Maven project. Okay, if you are not using Maven project, you have to import, okay, uh, a jar file like this. Okay, MySQL connector like this. But if you are using a Maven, no, so no need to, no need to import like this. Okay, we can directly go to the pom.xml. In the pom.xml, we can add a dependency of MySQL. Okay, in the pom.xml, you are already know what we have to do. What is the first step that we have to change in the pom.xml when you are creating a Maven project? What to do? What is the basic step that you are doing? Yeah, we need to give the properties to change the, to upgrade the project to Java 17th version. Right now we are having 1.5. We have to, okay, upgrade this to Java 17. So here type Maven Java resource, Maven Java resource. Compiler. Okay, open Apache Maven resource plugin. Okay, please go through this. Okay, so the default is open, no? Okay, I don't want to copy. Maven Java compiler plugin, no, resource. What is this? Resource. I'm using some different keyword. Huh? I forgot the keyword that I have to use. Maven source and plugin. This one. Okay, we need to set the source and target. Copy Maven source and target. And here in the properties, we have to add this source and target. Okay, we need to use 17th version of Java. So that's why I write 17 in the place of 1.8. 17. Okay, now let's, now we have to import the SQL, right? We need to work with the SQL, so we need to import the SQL package also. Okay, type Maven, okay, SQL dependency, okay, SQL server JDBC dependency in the Google. So you will have, okay, one particular SQL dependency. Maven SQL dependency. Okay, see, we have to you have to type MySQL connector Java Maven resource. Okay, open this. So this is the one we are going to work around. So MySQL connector J we need, right? So here you have a different versions of MySQL. Okay, here you have a different versions of MySQL connector J. Okay, please select. Okay, please select the most used dependency. Okay, see, so 8.0.30 78 users. Okay, so 8.0.29 we have 237 users, and 8.028 we have 318. Okay, so this has a somewhat highest na 8.0.28. So please click on this, please click on the 8.0.28. Okay, so now, okay, as of now we need to copy the dependency na, so please scroll down. Okay, now you copy the dependency you are having. Okay, copy the dependency, copy this. Okay, after copying, please come to the dependencies thing. In the dependencies, okay, you are already having a JUnit software. Now we are adding SQL. Okay, so MySQL dependency, MySQL. Okay, we added MySQL connector J 8.0.28 version. Now just upgrade the project. Okay, we need to update the project. Maven, go to the update the project. So click on the force update and click on the OK. Okay, after clicking on the OK, we are having Java 17th version now. Okay, please check whether this Maven downloaded MySQL connector or not. Okay, so go to the Maven dependencies. Okay, see, in the Maven dependencies we have MySQL connector Java 8.0.28. Okay, do you downloaded this? Do you uploaded this? No, we didn't download. It is automatically downloaded by the Maven because you have mentioned dependency here. If you mention dependency, it will upload automatically, it will download automatically. Okay, we are using 8.0.28 version, so that's why 8.0.28 version of MySQL connector Java is downloaded. Okay, this is how you need to, okay, download. And I mean, you need to register, I mean, you need to download the driver first. We need to download the driver, right? So this is how you need to download the driver. Okay, please go to the, okay, in the search window. Okay, please type MySQL connector, okay, Maven MySQL connector, type here. Okay, so you will have one link. Please click on the link and please use the most used thing. Okay, here the most used thing is 8.0.28. So you have to open this. Okay, so here you can have different things. So in this, okay, we need to copy the Maven. Okay, please click it, please select the dependencies. Okay, please copy it and paste it in your dependencies list. Okay, paste it here in the dependencies list. Okay, this is how you need to do. Okay, we are ready to go now. Okay, we downloaded JDBC driver. Okay, I mean, we downloaded the JDBC driver. Now we need to create a project to communicate with the database. Okay, so is this clear as of now, guys? I just created one Maven application, and in the pom.xml, I upgraded the Java version and I uploaded the, okay, MySQL connected details in the pom.xml. Okay, that's what I did. Is that okay? Is there any confusion in doing all this? Anyone? If you want to use MySQL connector, I can send this link to you. Okay, please use the link to connect, to download. Okay, is this clear, boys and girls, as of now? Guys, any confusion or any doubts? Well, so silence. No, sir. Okay, Nishant, Yogesh, Prashant, is that okay? Totally understood. Okay, now, okay, let's create a one simple Java class, okay, to communicate with the database. Hmm? So right click on the src main, okay, please click on the new and go to create a class. Okay, so here let's name something. Okay, uh, let's call this statement as a demo. Okay, this is name it as a demo on JDBC. Uh, Demo on JDBC 1. Okay, and I need a main method. Okay, and click on the finish. Okay, see, we are having demo here. Demo file is going to create. Okay, so this is the thing. Okay, here we have to work with the SQL. So what is the first step to work with the SQL, ma? What is the first step? We have a 7 important steps, right? So what is the first step?
Importing package.
Importing obviously the package. So what is the package to import? Import Java package, Java SQL package. Import Java space, sorry, Java dot SQL. Okay, we need a SQL package. Not start. Okay, we are using the SQL package here. So now, okay, so what to do after, what to do after importing the package? Now we need to load the driver, right? We need to load the driver. Okay, so to load and register the driver, I'm already told you. Okay, we have to use the for name method, right? For name, for name. So this for name will be the part of class dot for name. Okay, class dot for name. In C is capital. Class dot for name. Okay, class dot for name. In the class dot for name, we have to pass the name of the driver that you are using. Okay, in the class dot for name, we have to pass the name of the driver. Okay, what is the name of the driver, Mark? Do you remember? Farm dot
Form.mysql
mysql hmm, cj
dot
dot
jdbc
dbc
dot
dot. So this is the driver, but still we are getting some errors. Okay, we are getting this error because we need to throw an exception. Okay, so maybe this will particular, I mean maybe this particular statement will raise an exception, no? So that's why you have to add this particular statement either in a try catch block, or else you can throw a declaration at the main. Okay, so I'm using throws declaration at the main. So see, okay, class not found exception. Okay, so maybe, okay, maybe we will get some exception. That's it. Okay, so after creating the, I mean, after loading the driver, okay, we successfully loaded the driver. Now we need to get a connection. Okay, now we need to get a connection. So when you are getting a connection, no, so we need a 3 different elements. Okay, when you are getting connection, we need 3 different elements. The first one is the URL. Okay, what is the URL of your database? And the second one is the username of your database, and the third one is the password for your database. Okay, so let's create a 3 different variables. Okay, string URL, okay, and string username, and string password. I'm getting the calls while I'm in the session. Let's please wait for 2 minutes. Huh? Okay, sorry guys. Okay, so we need to specify the URL for our database, and we need to set the username, and we need to set the password. Okay, so what is the username? What is the username? What is the default username I told to you? The default username will be very good. The default username will be root and the password. Okay, so I have some password. Okay, so this is my password for my database. Okay, 90592. Now we need to set the URL for our database. Okay, we have to set the URL like this now. So we are using JDBC. Okay, so JDBC colon MySQL colon. Okay, so double slash because jdbc.mysql is a host. Okay, and local host. Okay, we are using the local host. And what is the port number? What is the port number? Default port number for MySQL?
3306.
3306. Okay, so the default, okay, port number and our database. What is our database name? I forgot already. I think show databases. Okay, Anideep Deep Tech. Anideep Deep Tech is our database name. So you have to pass database name here. Anideep Deep Tech. This is our database. Okay, this is the URL. Okay, you have to create. Okay, now we need to establish a connection. No, so let's create a one connection object. Connection con equal to. Okay, now we need to set a connection. Okay, driver manager dot. Okay, in the driver manager class we have a get connection method. Okay, get connection. So in the get connection you have to pass the URL. Okay, first you need to pass the URL. Second we need to pass username. Third you need to pass password. Okay, you need to specify three different things. Okay, so we need to we need to declare one exception, throws declaration. Okay, I think I can make this as a basic exception, throws exception. That's it. Okay, so actually we will get a different types of exception. No, so that's why I'm using directly an exception, not any specific type. Okay, throws exception. Okay, so after getting the connection, no, after getting the perfect connection with the username, with the URL and username that we passed. Okay, we need to create a statement. Okay, we need to create a statement, right? So statement. Okay, so just okay, so I want to retrieve the details. Okay, I want to retrieve the details of the student. I want to retrieve the details of the employee whose ID is 101. Okay, so guys, please wait, please wait. Hello. So many people are messaging me, so many people are calling me. Okay, what should we? So first, okay, I want to, okay, so we have a one table like a deep tech employee na. So in the deep tech employee table, okay, I want to print only one particular user. Okay, I want to print only one employee details. Okay, so whose employee is having, okay, ID is 101. Okay, I want to print the details of the users whose ID is 101. Okay, so here I want to retrieve the data, right? So I want to retrieve the data, so I have to use a statement. Okay, we have a three different types of statements available in JDBC, right? So statement, prepared statement, and callable statement. Okay, just now we just need a statement because we want to retrieve the details. Okay, you can create the statement by using the connection object. After creating the connection only, we need to create the statements. Okay, so that's why I can mention this as con dot get create statement. Found out create statement. Okay, so after creating the basic statement, creating the basic statement, now we need to add a query. Okay, now we need to add a query to the statement. Okay, see, I'm creating a query in a separate variable, string query equal to, okay, here you can write something else. Okay, so select star from, okay, deep tech employee, where EID, where EID equal to 101. Okay, we need to write a query like this, where deep tech employee employee ID equal to 101. Okay, so this is the query that we are going to execute. Okay, so here you need to, okay, execute the query. Okay, you can execute the query by mentioning st dot execute a query. Execute a query. What is the spelling? Execute, execute, execute query. Okay, this is the execute query method, and here you have to pass your query. Okay, after executing the query, okay, after executing the query, we will get some results, no? So we will get some results, and what I told here, okay, you have to store the results in a one particular result set. Okay, after executing the query, we will get some results, so we will get some response. Okay, we have to store the response in the result set, right? So let's create a result set variable, result set, okay, rs equal to, okay, st dot execute query. Okay, okay, the things which we are getting after executing the query, okay, that we are storing in a result set variable. Okay, so now we have a result, so we need to print the result, right? We need to print the result. So here you can print the result. Okay, I want to print only the name of the user. Okay, I want to print only the name of the user. Okay, see, string username, okay, equal to, okay, equal to, in the result set we have a different types of values now, we have a some particular results now. So rs dot get string. Okay, we need to read the string from the result. Okay, and here you can mention the column name, you can mention the column name. Your column name will be, what is the column name of the username? I forgot. uh, Select star from deep tech employee, right? Deep tech employee. Okay, execute, and we have a field like ename. I want to print ename. Okay, so you have to specify ename here. N is small now. Okay, N is small letter. Okay, so we have a username. Okay, sorry, already we had a username, so that's why it is showing the error. Okay, I can write this as a employee name. Okay, so we want to print the name of the employee. Okay, so here, okay, let's use some basic output statement, system dot out dot println. Okay, now we can print the employee name. Okay, so employee name is, employee name, we can use this statement as, employee name is emp name, employee name is emp name. Okay, so after, okay, completing our particular task, what we have to do now, what is the last step of our project? What will be the last step?
Connection.
Close, connection dot close, con dot close, we have to close the connection. Okay, so this is how you need to write a program to communicate with the database. See, we are using 7 important steps here. Okay, 7 steps only is there now. Okay, so now let's print, let's execute this as a Java application. Okay, click OK. Yes, we are getting some result. Okay, I think yes, we had some error. Okay, class found not found exception. Okay, I think there is a issue with the name of the driver that we are using. com.mysql.jdbc. I think this is the name only. What is the mistake? That okay. Let's make this driver as D. D is capital, maybe. Maybe. Good. Okay. So we are getting some SQL exception before start of result set. Okay. Before starting of the result set, what is the exception that we are getting? Okay. Let's execute this query now. Let's execute this query in the database directly. Okay. Let's check whether this is working or not. Okay, this is working. This is a proper query. We have to get Bhaskar for sure, but we are getting some issue with the result set. What is the issue? Statement test result set, execute query, or I can use execute method. Okay, let's use some execute method only. It is not a method here. Execute query is only method. We are getting rs dot get string and ename. Let's write this. Array, we are getting before start of result set. We are getting some exception, SQL exception. What is the create SQL exception? What is the exception here? In the 16th line, okay. So in the 16th line, okay, we are getting the exception here, okay. Okay, so I think I can use this ename. What is the name here? Ename is the name. Okay, so let's try with the index. So yes, 2 is the index, okay, and let's write this till we are getting the exception. Employee name, statement, connection, create statement, result set, everything is perfect now. Okay, maybe I think so. Okay, guys, please give me a minute. I think I can try rs.next method because we are getting the results now. Now I want to print another result also. rs.next method. Look at the next element directly. Actually, okay, let's try with this. Okay, now we got it. Okay, I forgot to mention rs.next it actually. Okay, and let's try with the name. Okay, we want to get the ename, na? Ename. Yes, we are getting the thing. Okay, actually what happened is I forgot to mention the rs.next. Okay, this rs.next is the, okay, see, now you can here you can see the cursor, right? This cursor indicates okay the present element. Okay, this cursor indicates the present element. By default, okay, by default this cursor will be on the first row. Okay, so this cursor will be on the first row. In the first row you are having the fields. Actually we need to get the second cursor, right? So that's why, okay, you have to mention rs.next. Okay, rs.next will help you could go to the next row. Okay, it will help you to go to the next row. I forgot to mention this thing. Okay, so that's why it is, I mean, we are getting some error. Okay, right now it's clear. See, okay, the people, I mean, the employee who's having 101 ID is Bhaskar. Okay, see, you can run this program, you will get a Bhaskar here for sure. Okay, they are getting Bhaskar. Okay, let's check some other thing. Okay, so I want to print the details of 103. Okay, I want to print, okay, the username of 103 ID. Okay, let's check what will happen. See, we are getting Mamta. Okay, so let's check here. Okay, who is 103 in the database? So yes, Mamta is the 103 in the database, and we are getting the Mamta's name. Okay, this is how you need to write the program. Okay, see guys, rs dot next is a very important, which will help you to go to the next element. Okay, so let's write some comments here. Go to next element. Okay, so here something like, you know, getting connection. Okay, we are getting connection now. After getting connection, creation of the statement, creation of statement. Okay, after creation of the statements, executing the statement. Okay, and here we are loading and registering the driver. Loading and register. Okay, load and register the driver. Okay, after getting the, okay, I mean after executing, okay, we are producing the results in the statement. Okay, process now, result. Okay, after processing the result, we need to close the connection, right? Close connection. Okay, close connection. Okay, guys, this is the way you have to create a communication with the database. See, we are getting the output now. Actually, changes. Console has to open here, na? But why console is not opening? You know, actually there is an option like, you know, console is going to open, na? But I don't know why it is not opening. Okay, I'm checking. Okay, yes, we got it. Okay, now we have to think. Okay, let's execute some other thing. Okay, I want to print the details of 102. Okay, I want to print the details of 102. Save this and run. Okay, and we are getting the result. Yes, Amitava. Okay, we are getting Amitava name here. Okay, so this is the program. Okay, it is a very basic program to communicate with the database. And guys, please make sure, okay, the driver in, okay, D in the driver must be the capital. Okay, D in the driver must be the capital. I think I told you with the small, na? So here I think I mentioned it as a small driver. Okay, so this is the capital D. Okay, please remember. And I can send you the URL also. Okay, URL is, okay, what is your URL, ma? JDBC, okay, MySQL, okay, localhost 3306 is the port, and your database name. Okay, your database name. Okay, this is the URL to communicate with the database. Okay, so with the URL and with the help of username and with the help of password, you can communicate with the. Okay, guys, is this okay? The program. Any doubts here? First, let's create some data into the, okay, database. Then you can create the program to fetch the results of the data. Is that clear? If you are clear with it, okay, so I can I mean we can complicate the things, okay, we can complicate, okay. So now we are getting only one column data na. So if you want to print, okay, multiple columns of data, what we have to do, we have to do some other thing, okay. So what to do, okay, so we can go through this if you are okay with it. If you are okay with this, okay, I can explain you the other things also, and we can get the entire table data. Actually we are getting only one user na. So if you want to print entire the data of the table, what we have to do, we have to do something, okay. So I can explain it to you if you are okay with this particular syntax, if you are okay with this program. Is the program is okay? Do you have any doubts here, boys and girls? Astosh, Divya, Ketan, Prashant, Yogesh, Nishant, any doubts here?
No, sir.
What about others? Is this clear? Okay. Okay, fine. So, I mean, we are getting only one particular column data, na? We are getting only the username, I mean, the employee name. So, I want to print the domain and the salary of the employee also. I want to print all the details of the employee. Okay. So, what to do in that case? So, we can do something. Okay. So, you can pass, okay, something here. Okay. So, plus here you can prepare a string, okay. Employee name is, okay, rs dot get string ename, okay, and employee and his or her domain of working, okay, domain is, okay, rs dot get string, get string, okay, name of the domain is, e domain, I think, okay, e domain is the name, and okay, and its salary, so I think, working in okay, working in somewhat domain, and with the salary, with the package, I can say, with the package, okay, rs dot package is an integer, right? So here you can use get int, okay, package is an integer, so you can fetch the package by using e dot salary, I think so, e salary, okay. So this is the string that I am creating, okay, and you can print the details, okay, emp, and you can specify emp in the output, okay, emp in the output, okay. So let's run this, okay, let's wait for a few minutes. Okay, sorry, actually the emp is a variable, no, why I'm using double quotations, emp is a variable, okay, you can directly print it. See, employee name is Amitava and he's or her working in .NET with a package of 65,000. Okay. See, now I want to print the details of Bhaskar. Okay. I want to print the details of Bhaskar. Okay. 101 is the ID of Bhaskar. 101. Okay. Now let's run this. See, we are getting employee name is Bhaskar and he is working in Java with the package of 45,000. Okay, so this is how you need to fetch all the details. Okay, we are fetching all the employee details, okay, in only one string. You can prepare a string like this, you can prepare a result, you can process the, this is the processing the result, okay, we are processing the result, okay. Is this clear for everyone, how we are processing the result, how we are getting the things, we are getting the multiple columns at the same time? Is that okay? Okay. Okay, fine. Now, okay, so we are printing only one particular user details, na? So I want to print every user details in the console. Okay, I want to print every employee data. Okay, I want to print every employee data here. Okay, so how to the do this? Okay, so we can do this by using the rs.next. We have a rs.next now, so you can mention rs.next in the, okay, if it has a next line, if it has the next line, okay, we can write a one basic loop here. Okay, we can use a while loop. Okay, see, it is very simple. I can write this in a while loop. Okay, I can write this rs.next in a while loop. While rs.next, we have to mention the quotations, the blocks. Okay, and we want to get every detail, no? So no need to write the write class. Okay, just I'm writing select star from deep tech employee, and we want to print the details. Okay, so just give the spaces in a string. Okay, give the spaces with the package or something. Okay, see, I'm using rs.next in a I mean one iteration, because so we want to print every row details now. We want to print every row details here. Okay, so that's why we are using rs.next as a while. Okay, you can click on the run now. I think you will get it. Yes, we got it. Okay, employee name is Bhaskar, he's working in Java, and package is 45,000. Employee name is Amtava, so and so. Okay, Mamta, Sanstha, Ashok. Okay, we are getting every value here. This is how you need to print the entire table's data. Okay, so we need to iterate rs.next, because if one row is printed, we have to go to the new row, right? If new row is available, rs.next is going to the new row, and we will print the new row details. Okay, so here rs.next is the cursor. Okay, we are working with the cursor of the, okay, table, so that's why we have to use rs.next. See, right now where is the cursor? Okay, the cursor is at the first row, right? So after printing the first row, the cursor has to move to the second row. After printing second row, the cursor has to move to third row. Okay, fourth row, then fifth row. Okay, if sixth row is null, okay, the sixth row is null na, so sixth row having star in a star. Okay, that indicates it is the end of the table. So if the cursor I mean goes to the ends of the table, okay, it stops its execution, and we got the final result here. Okay, this is how you can fetch the entire data of the table. Okay, we are making only small changes. Okay, but we are getting the new things. Is that okay, boys and girls? As of now, we are fetching the details only. We are retrieving the data. Okay, we can insert the, we can insert the data into the table, and we can create the DAO objects. We have to do a lot of things. Okay, but as of now, as of today, okay, so I just want to explain this thing only. Is this clear for everyone? Can I get a screenshots of this program by the end of the day? Can I get the screenshots, or can I get the GitHub links of this program by anyone? So if you want to work with JDBC, the first thing you have to know, you have to do is you have to install MySQL. First, you need to install MySQL, then you can work on it. Guys, is this clear? Why so silent, man? Okay. I hope everyone is clear now.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
So program by the end of the day. Okay, if you want to complete this program, you have to work with the JDBC. I mean, you have to create a MySQL first. Okay, please install MySQL Workbench, then install MySQL Server. Okay, after installing those two, I mean, create one simple table. Okay, create one simple table and insert some data into the table. Then you can easily fetch the details of the table in the JDBC. Okay, so this is the, I mean, very important because right now we are working with JDBC. Na? After working with the JDBC, after working with the JUnit, we are going to learn about Hibernate and Spring Boot services. Hibernate and Spring Boot services is all about the backend. Okay, these are all the things of backend. Na? Okay, so like if you create any front end, you can connect the front end with the back end, then you can easily get those things. But today, okay, we are working with the back end. If you are pro in a back end, okay, if you are pro in a back end, then you can easily work with the front end. Okay, front end is not the matter. Okay, so in application development, back end is the main thing, right? So we need to control the data, we need to, okay, control the execution flow. Okay, we need to match the user given results with the database results. Okay, if you want to create the login, no, if you want to create login, what you have to do? So you have to read the details from the user and you have to fetch the data and you have to merge it. You have to check whether the username is equal to something, whether the password is equal to the proper password in the username or not. Okay, we have to do a lot of things, right? So these things all about the back end. So creation of front end is very easy, like so you just need two tags of HTML. Okay, you need a few, I mean, few styles. Okay, if you want to add styles, you need a CSS. Okay, HTML and CSS is everybody can do. Okay, you can create a login page by using HTML, by seeing something, or by reading any article in the I mean, Google. But you cannot create a backend like that. Backend is a very, very important thing. So please concentrate on the backend. If you are a pro in the backend, you can easily learn front end for sure. Okay, please concentrate on the backend. Please concentrate on the how we are connecting the data, how we are fetching the data, how we are pushing the data. Okay, please concentrate on all these things. Okay, the people who has a good knowledge in JDBC, the those people only is going for the Hibernate. Okay, if you are not good enough, okay, if you are not good, that much good with JDBC, okay, then you are not eligible for the Hibernate for sure. Because in the Hibernate, what to do? We have to pass the data, we have to fetch the data, but in a different way. Okay, to learn Hibernate, JDBC is the important thing. Okay, so that's why please work with the JDBC. Please don't take it as a silly thing. It is very, very important thing. Okay, okay, I hope I will get at least 10 to 12 links by the end of the day. Okay, okay, I think that's enough for the day. No, do you want to, I mean, do you want me to explain any other thing? Enum, okay. So yes, okay, so enum is basically a, in Java, it is a collection of constants. Okay, when you are having a collection of constants, no, you can specify those collection of constants in the enum. Okay, so how can I say, let's say one simple program, no? Okay, so enum is like a array. Okay, it's like a array which holds the multiple values, but it stores the constants only. You cannot change the values if you, I mean, if once a enum is declared. Mm, okay, let's create some basic program here. Let's create a basic class. Mm, enum example. Okay, main method and click on the finish. Okay, so generally this enum, you can use this enum. Okay, whether in a class or whether in a method, you can declare anywhere. You can declare the enum anywhere in the program. Okay. Arey Baba. Guys, please 1 minute. Mission 1 minute. Mission. Hello, bro. బ్రో క్లాస్లో ఉన్నా, ఇంట్లో చదువు. నేను ఒక ½ అవర్. Sorry. Mm. See, so enum is basically one constant array. I can say one. It is a one constant array. Okay, so you can create a enum either inside of the method or inside. So let's create this enum as public enum, and the name of the enum will be month. Okay, months. Okay. So here months is a enum, okay, which is having some constant values like January, February. Okay, so you can create a constant like this. Okay, I think the enum, yeah, January, February, March, April, May, okay, and so on. Okay, and so on. Okay, so for example, this enum have a constants like this. Okay, this is a one user defined data type. Okay, basically enum is a one user defined data type. Okay, which work as a array, which will work as a array because it is having okay more than n values. Okay, you can create n number of values inside this. If you want to print these details, if you want to print the constants now, okay, you can use a for loop here. Okay, for loop, for loop, months. Okay, m months. Okay, we can defer the months here, and here in the output. Okay, um, something like system dot out. So you can print m here. So why we are getting something months m. Okay, so actually these months have okay multiple values, no? So you can refer something like I think this enum has one method like values. Okay, we are fetching the values, no? Values. It has a method like values, months dot values. Okay, now we can print every month values by using this m. I think we will get it. Yes, we got it. Okay, so see, okay, this enum now working as a one, user defined data type. Okay, now months is a data type. We are fetching the values of those data type. Okay, if you want to create any okay user defined data type similar to the class and similar to the object, you can use the enum. What enum has a constants, okay, group of constants. Okay, if you want to create a group of constants, then you can easily create the group of constants by using the enum. And it has something like some methods like values, value of, if you want to print any okay one value, so you can print a value of method. Okay, value of method. Yes, I think I can write something else. Dot about println. This month has, this enum has value of method, value of John. It's in a double quotations. The value of John, and let's comment out these things. The value of John will be January. Okay, so yes, it is a group of constants. It works as a arrays. Okay, I think this particular has another method. I forgot. It has something like ordinal or ordinal. I forgot the name. Ordinal. This is the best usage of Spring Tool. Okay, if you forgot something, no, it will suggest you. I think we will get the index. By using this, you will get the index. Okay, if you print a May here, okay, if you print the ordinal of May, okay, you will get the index of the May as a 4. Okay, if you want to print I mean index of any particular element, you have to use something like ordinal. Okay, if you want to print any specific value, you can print a value of method. If you want to iterate all the values, you can use the values method. Okay, so enum is a group of constants. Okay, Nishan, group of constants. Suddenly, if you ask something like this suddenly, okay, you have to revise the content. Okay. Okay, guys, anybody having any doubts? Okay, I hope everyone is clear. Okay, so if you want to take any screenshot of the code, okay, you can take the screenshot. Okay, take the screenshot, and you at the end of the day you have to complete this program for sure. And today is Monday, no? So I think I can share you one particular, assessment also. Okay, please give me a few minutes. I will prepare a PDF. You have to complete an assessment. Day 16. I think I have this. Guys, please hold on the meeting till 2 o'clock, okay? So in the meanwhile, you can complete the assessment. Tomorrow we are going to learn about, how to insert the data by using Java, and how to create a DOM objects. Okay, this is not the way. Actually, this is not the proper way to communicate with. To design a backend. Okay, so it's not a proper way. It is just a very simple program to communicate with the database. Okay, we need to create a different methods. Okay, so we need to create a methods like, okay, get data, push data, get employee address, push employee address. We can create these types of methods. Okay, so yes, we will do this. See, we are getting so many messages. Okay, guys, please find the assessment. Okay. I will send you the notes also. Okay. Yes. Please find the class notes and assessment also. Okay. Please don't leave the meeting before 2. Okay. In the meanwhile, you can complete the assessment and send it to me. Okay. Hello. Bye.